What is up, everyone? It is Brad here, and welcome to today's video. We've got this Lego set. It is Lego set number 40649, and it is the upscaled Lego minifigure, aka a massive version of the traditional Lego minifigure. This is the minifigure here, and this is the set here. This one's got 654 Lego pieces, is ages 10 plus, and is one that the Lego community has been absolutely raving about recently. I'm not entirely sure if I'm completely on board with it, but it still looks like a pretty cool set, so that's why I wanted to check it out, unbox it here, build it here, and review it for you guys today. So I do have to say that my initial thoughts on the set aren't super positive. I love the idea of it, and I love the concept, don't get me wrong, but when I look at it, it just doesn't seem like, it just seems a little boring. I don't know, like, I know it's really cool and I know everybody loves it, but like, I just can't help but shake the feeling that when I look at it, I'm not entirely impressed. So that's why I'm excited to build it today, because I think my opinion might just change a little when I actually get to see it built up. But I just, like, when I look at it here, I look at it at the box, I even look at it in my monitor behind the camera, like, it just doesn't seem all that cool and exciting to me. It seems a little boring, but as I said, I really hope that changes, and that's why I'm making this video today, because I really want to like this set. So this is the box of the set here. You guys can see all the information on the side, 654 Lego pieces. I do like how the box looks. I think it's very basic and very creative. Like, you know, they could have made it a little bit more complex, or they could have done the black box, but I think this one just really works. So we've obviously got the smaller Lego minifigure here next to the large scale version of it, and it's just very easy. This is one of the nice boxes that actually opens up properly, and there's no seals or anything like that. And then we can see the back of the box here. You can kind of see some of the play features on it, a little bit more about the measurements, as well as how the cap actually opens up with the minifigure to control it. And then it just shows the minifigure sitting here. At the front here, we've got a photo of the 1:1 scale, so you know that it is a pretty large piece for the smile there. I heard the head on this build is a little bit complex, but I'm excited to open it up and see, you know, what it looks like inside, and of course get to the build process myself. So like you guys saw, it's got a pretty decent front and back of the box here. It's also a good size. Like, this is it in comparison to my head. I cannot wait to see what this minifigure actually is sized up real built. Like, obviously it says the dimensions on the back, but you're not going to really know what it's like until you see it built. So let's actually open up this bad boy. All right, so super excited to see it here. Let's pull up this open, look at it inside, and whoa, look at that. Pretty much the standard basic Lego set unboxing experience, honestly. We've got bags 5, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1. A Lego instruction manual here with no QR code by the looks of it, as well as this really big dome piece, which is the top of the hat. It's funny because considering a majority of the set looks to be yellow, red, and blue, there are certainly a lot of non-yellow, reds, and blue colors in the set, so a lot of them must be kind of hidden on the inside. So I'm excited to build this one up now and see how long it takes me. If you guys want to check out the full speed build of me building the upscaled Lego minifigure, you guys can definitely head on over to my speed build channel, Building Bricks, where I posted the full video yesterday. But in the meantime, here is a sneak preview. Alright you guys, I have now finished building the upscaled Lego minifigure here, and I'm pleasantly surprised about it. I will talk about my feelings in just a little bit, but in the meantime, let's actually take a look at the upscaled minifigure in a bit more detail. Alright, so taking a look at this Lego minifigure from top to bottom here, we'll start at the bottom. As you guys can see, it does contain the blue pants, which are very standard minifigure-like looking pants. Up here, it does have a plain red torso, no printing or anything like that on it, and then it contains the minifigure hands right there. And then for the headpiece here, we do have just a classic Lego smile, the very basic one, with a blue hat on top. What's cool about this minifigure is it is entirely brick-based, but they wanted it to look as realistic to an official Lego minifigure as possible. So as you can see here on the legs, there is a lot of detailing to make it look like the traditional minifigure legs, including having the feet stuck out a little bit more, having a very rounded torso. They aren't just flat bricks like you've seen other Lego minifigure brick builds use before. They actually have the standard curve there that the Lego would include. I also love how they left the gap right here between the bottom ball joints of the LEGO minifigures. Upon looking at the set for the first time, I actually thought the legs were completely solid, but they actually move, which I will show you in just a second. You guys can see this is what the back looks like as well. Very, very similar to what an official LEGO minifigure legs would look like, with the gap there and even the little spot for the shoes, and then spinning it around on the other side. You guys can see the pants look the exact same from every angle. Like I mentioned as well, the legs do move, which I thought originally they were stationary, so you guys can see when I move them there. On the bottom, they actually have room for studs, just like a LEGO minifigure would be able to clip onto any LEGO stud. They've included that here as well. The legs are pretty decently, they're not really flimsy. You could actually pose the minifigure a little bit. When you do it like that though, the weight actually pushes down the LEGO minifigure, kind of puts it into a split, which still looks really cool. If you position it maybe just perfectly, you'll be able to keep it upright, but you go just a little too far, and there we go, your minifigure starts going into the splits there. Final thing I'll say about the legs is I do also love how it uses the snot on top, especially when it connects it to the torso here. Speaking of the LEGO minifigure torso, this is a classic red torso, no details or printing or anything like that on it. It does contain two minifigure arms that do actually spin around. So unfortunately the arms I don't think are as clean maybe as LEGO could have got them, but probably as clean as possible, just because it would be definitely really hard to get all those angles. Each arm here also contains a LEGO hand, which is pretty cool, that can actually spin 360, and again contains the details of the LEGO hand. You know, it's not perfectly round or anything like that. Definitely probably could hold a few things. It doesn't come with anything to hold, but if you did your own building, you could definitely have it hold some LEGO minifigure accessories. Looking at the head up here as well is really cool. The head actually does spin 360 if you wanted it to. It does contain a classic smile of the LEGO minifigure, which is like LEGO's OG of course, and looks really cool. They did a pretty good job getting it to look round all the way around. And then up top here, it actually contains a blue hat, which is a very standard blue hat, of course. Honestly, to me, something about the hat just looks a little bit off. I think LEGO could have done something just to make it look a little bit less blocky or something like that. Maybe not have an area at the back here like they did. You'll understand in a minute why they had to do that, but I still think it looks a little bit blocky. And then of course, when you open up the hat here, you'll be able to see the really cool, you know, hidden Easter egg of this LEGO minifigure. The hat also does pop off as well. But you guys can see on the inside of the hat here, it does contain a real working LEGO minifigure, which is an exact replica of the Up-Scaled minifigure, and it's got all these gears and shifts to kind of make it look like it is controlling the LEGO minifigure. You can move these around, it gives a little spin, move the levers, and it's even got 3 computer panels. So it's almost like this minifigure, regular size minifigure, is controlling this upscaled minifigure, which is pretty fun. Now that I've shown you guys the minifigure in a little bit more detail, I wanted to give my updated impressions. So before, when I looked at the box, I said at the start of this video, I wasn't super impressed with the minifigure. I thought it looked a little boring and a little basic. And I have to say that ever since I built the minifigure, my opinion has completely changed. Now when I look at this figure, I'm really, really impressed. Not only were the building techniques I thought pretty decent, especially like how to attach, you know, the torso to the legs and just how it looks overall, and even just like the detail there of the curb bricks, how the arms move around, how the hands spin. I also thought the legs were stationary. I don't know why I thought that. I didn't realize they could actually walk around. You know, the arms move, the head moves. The only thing that doesn't really turn on this model is the hat. So that was all a pleasant surprise. For whatever reason, I didn't think, just from looking at the box art, that you could do everything. Of course, the hat also does open up and reveals that really cool LEGO minifigure inside controlling this actual build. So just in general, I'm pretty impressed. Like I said, the box I thought looked a little plain, looked a little boring, but the minifigure is a bit smaller, I think, than it appears on the box art. So because it appears a little bit smaller, it just doesn't look as plain when I look at it. You know, when I look at it from far away, I'm like, oh my god, that's a cool figure. Honestly, it's so cool, I think I'll probably be putting it, you know, maybe somewhere behind me on one of these shelves, because I think it's a really, really good addition. I actually hope LEGO continues to make more minifigures like this. You know, obviously they're not going to make them the same or the same style, but like similar minifigures with similar parts, different torsos, different legs. Like, I would definitely buy a full collection of these LEGO minifigures, and I love that you also get the little figure, the replica of it. It's really well done. Like I said, I was not expecting to like this set as much as I do, so I'm glad I made this video and glad I could tell you all that I changed my mind. Like, even when I was on a couple of Brickheads podcasts last week, I talked about how I didn't like this set. I bought it, I didn't like it, but it was one of those sets that I'm like, I know I need to get it, but I've completely changed my tune on it now. So it's very, very interesting sometimes how when you build a set versus when you look at the pictures, how much you like it more. I guess even the opposite. Sometimes you love a set, you build it, and you go, I don't like it as much as I thought I did. But was not the case for this set because I really, really like it. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for checking out today's video. If you did enjoy, please, of course, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe. Stay tuned because I've got lots more videos coming very soon, and I cannot wait to place this somewhere here in my LEGO room because honestly, LEGO did an excellent job with it. Anyway, you guys, thanks again for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here in the next video.